Okay, so here we are, week 7 or race week. In the first video, I set myself the challenge of going sub 39 in a 10K. And then the subsequent videos, I've been talking about, I guess, a combination of my training and things that I think will help you overcome whatever challenge it is you're facing. So I think what will be a good idea in this video is to actually look at whether I've been practicing what I preach. And I'll also look at sort of my pre-race thoughts and how I think things are going to go. So in terms of practicing what I preach, I did break the challenge down into manageable chunks. However, what I have realized in the 7 weeks is that my manageable chunks have not been very manageable. I've set them too big, and as a result, I haven't hit quite a few of my sub targets. That has been disappointing and a little bit frustrating. So I guess what that emphasizes is the importance of making those chunks manageable so that you don't have too much of that frustration and that you're able to achieve as you're trying to get to that ultimate goal. In particular for me, that was trying to get from 13 hours of training to 16 hours of training. That has not been possible. I'm still on 13 hours. So for the next challenge, I'll make sure that that isn't such a big leap. I guess in a way I didn't know it was going to be such a big leap, and there is a bit of trial and error with these things. The other thing would be, I really sort of emphasize the importance that we all have access to the skills of hard work, determination, as opposed to just not having natural talent and going, well, I can't do anything about it. So I guess the question is, have I worked hard? Well, I feel like I have. I've done probably around 900 Ks on the bike in the last 7 weeks, 270 to 280 running, and probably close to 55, 60K swimming wise. So I've definitely worked hard. However, what I have, again, sort of related to my manageable chunk thing earlier, is I probably pushed it too hard because I've been trying to get to this sub target of 16 hours, made myself a bit ill, and as a result have not been able to train in the last week as much as I would like. And so what that's led me to sort of realize is that whatever the challenge it is you're facing, you do need to make sure that you are factoring in good amounts of time for recovery and time off. Now, obviously in an athletic goal, that is literally recovery and time off. However, if it's something like, I don't know, saving money, what I would suggest is make sure you factor in some time to actually spend the hard-earned money that you've got and enjoy it. Obviously, don't do it too much that you lose the habit of saving, but certainly it will pay to factor in some time to spend going out for a drink or going out for a nice meal or going to the cinema. And what you'll find is that little bit of time off will enable you to keep going and keep focused and keep determined. If you just keep slogging it out and banging your head and going, you'll eventually, it will tail off, you'll lose determination, you'll get tired of it, you'll get fed up with it, and you'll give up, which is ultimately what we don't want to happen. And then the other thing I talked about was fit, not kit. And in terms of an athletic goal, that is literally don't buy loads of kit if you're not fit and you haven't got good habits. And so I must admit, I have been tempted to buy some carbon shoes, some Nike, I think they're called Vaporflies or something. I've noticed a lot of my fellow athletes at the club have been buying these carbon shoes. However, they're really expensive and I still haven't maximized my ability in terms of fitness. So I haven't spent that money, not that I've got that money, and I've really just focused on the fitness. So I haven't bought loads of kit. Well, actually, that's not true. I did buy a new pair of swim shorts. However, to be honest, that was not really for me. That was more for my fellow swimmers, as things were getting a little bit see-through and nobody wants that, let's be honest. So yeah, so I've stuck to it. I've not bought loads of kit and I've been pushing to keep fit. So I guess to finish off the video, I should probably look at what I feel for the race. Do I think I can go sub 39? It's going to be close because of being a little bit ill and overtraining a bit towards the end. Also in my training, I haven't quite seen the times that I've been hoping for. However, it's a race, and generally in a race you do go a bit faster than you'd expect because of the adrenaline and everything going on and the event itself. I think if I don't achieve sub 39, I am going to be disappointed, and it is going to affect my motivation. So I hope it does go well. Having said that, if I do go sub 39, it'll be a really good example of everything that I've been talking about and that it works. So that would be great. But also it gives you a real great sense of satisfaction that your hard work has achieved the result that you were looking for. So hopefully it goes well. Hopefully I get the result I want, and hopefully I'm able to come back to you and I'm able to review everything that we've talked about and say, okay, look here, this is what I talked about, this is what I've suggested, and it's worked. And that would be really great. It might not though. So we'll see what happens. So anyway, there we go. Race is on Sunday. Hopefully it goes well. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please do. And the next video will be me and my post-race thoughts.